you've had a chance to see the film from an offensive line standpoint. What did the film tell you?
We just got to work harder. Just got to get more sound in what we do. Got to get more reps. Got to practice harder. I think we're in a fine spot. We're not in a great spot, but we're little tweaks here and there, and we win that game. And we just got to keep getting in the huddle, keep getting after our practice.
As captains, did you all have like an offensive meeting to talk to the offense about, what's happening, or do you feel like you just, this is stuff you do in regular meetings and practice?
Yeah, we got stuff going on today that we'll kind of sort out. But there's I don't know if there's really a team meeting these have. Just you got to get right in our various position groups and kind of just in the locker room, just kind of build that unity more than. There's nothing that really needs to be said. We all know the task at hand. We all know Memphis is going to come out with their best 11 guys, and just got to come after them.
Do you know a lot of guys on the Memphis team?
I know a couple. Jacob Likes, their center, and me are pretty tight. I'd say he's the guy I'm closest with on that team. A guy from my high school plays D-line, Hank Pearson. I haven't talked to him in a little bit. I'll probably text him, ask him where he's on the depth chart.
Did Memphis recruit you at all, Kip?
They did. I was able to walk on if I'd wanted to. Definitely have preferred walk. Never got a full offer, but they recruit. I was over there a lot with who's their head coach now.
Was it Norvell?
Ryan Silverfield. Yeah, Ryan Silverfield was playing offensive line. Was the offensive line coach with Norvell as the head coach. They're a good crew, guys.
Well, that's for me for now. So it's always special meaning for you to play against Memphis?
Yeah, I mean, it's cool. I love it. I just kind of treat it like any other game. We got to go out and give my best performance to win. But it is cool that I get to play for my hometown. A lot of people at home make a big deal of it, but I just kind of like to keep my emotions low. It's like any other game.
Go to Phil Bergman.
Kip, starting conference play now, having this just 1-0 mentality in the conference, how important is that?
Yeah, it's huge. We got to put Saturday behind us. I mean, we got to learn from it for sure, but can't have that drag along. Can't have any baggage coming in this week. We have an opportunity to still make the conference championship. It's one of our goals. That's something we got to do.
And you kind of just touched on this a little, but I know playing against the Tigers, just for your family and stuff, what's this meaning to you to play against them?
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty cool. Growing up, obviously, like the hometown team. I don't try and hype myself up any extra. Don't have to do anything special. Don't have to get myself extra motivated to play a game. It's just we're playing football, playing the game we love. I'm going to give the same effort, gonna have the same mentality every game.
That's it for now. Thank you.
Scott Wyckoff.
Kip, what is it about this team that you like that makes you believe they can put the opener in the rearview mirror and come out and play strong and put a good effort up against Memphis?
I'd say it's just the love in our locker room. Saturday was tough. Even Sunday, we were a little quiet. Everyone's a little bit down. But just as we get back together, I mean, obviously the first 5 minutes we're like, man, like we got to figure it out. But then after that, we're back to like, let's go. Let's be mad. Everyone's back locked in. Everyone's back cycling. Like we got to play Memphis. We got to love. And then just like we're brothers in here. You can't fight with your brother for 5 minutes, and then the next you go timeout for 5 minutes, and you're best friends right after. That's kind of the mentality we have. Like we're down on each other a little bit. We're a little upset for the loss, but 5 minutes go by, boom, we're back. We're back being the brotherhood, being tight knit group, which is awesome. I love to see it.
With Memphis coming to town, opening up the American Athletic Conference schedule, how important is it to take advantage of these home games in the AAC?
Yeah, you got to win them. Everywhere we play is a pretty hostile environment. Got great fan base in the American. It's tough to play on the road, and we got to win at home. That Navy Marine Corps, our home. We got to defend it better. We got to start winning more games at home. It's very important for us to get off to a great start here.
What's it about Memphis that's impressed you in the past and what you've seen so far of this year's team?
I mean, they're just super athletic. the guys that recruit are great athletes, great guys that can run up and down the field. And we have to play very disciplined football. We have to know our rules. We have to play with great technique and great pad level to get it done on these guys. They're no slouch in any way at all. They have no real weakness. We have to put together great drives like we did last year. The 26-play drive is something we're going to have to pull out of the bag again to beat these guys. They're really good.
What is it about playing at Navy Marine Corps Memorial Stadium mean personally to you, coming out of that locker room and running out onto the field?
It's special. I mean, the guys that have come before you kind of, I think, is one of my big things. Everyone that's ever played has run out of tunnel, sat in that locker room and felt that pride running out of tunnel. Just playing for them, playing for the name on your chest, playing for the brotherhood. It's awesome. It's our home court, and it's a place we got to start playing a lot better.
Thanks, Kip.
Sure.
All right, Kip, I got a couple questions from Sal Akaza from the Southern Maryland Chronicle. He's having some audio issues, so I said I would ask him for him. Sal is also from the Memphis area as well and is writing a feature story on you. First question is, I don't see rugby on your bio, but what can you tell me about your rugby days at Germantown Rugby?
Yeah, I had a great time. Rugby's a fun sport. I played for 3 years. Great growing program in the Memphis area. They do a great job of recruiting people. I highly encourage it for those people off season. Like, I wasn't much for not playing sports year round. I love to always be doing something. I loved rugby. Got to score points, got to run over people. It was a great opportunity for me in the off season to get better.
Memphis's defensive end, Cormonte Hamilton, you went against him in the playoffs. What's your recollections of playing against him in the high school playoffs, I should say, and your thoughts on playing Hamilton and the rest of Memphis this weekend?
Yeah, it's awesome to see guys from Memphis doing great things. We kind of sit around here. A lot of guys from Memphis make their way up here. A lot of great athletes. It's cool that there's that bond of Memphis people kind of nationwide playing this great game. He's a great player. What a great guy to kind of go against. It's awesome to see Memphis guys excelling. I'm excited for it.
And then two more. Is this game a little more special for you since you're basically playing your hometown team?
Yeah, I mean, looking at it, it's definitely cool playing Memphis. I enjoy it. I enjoy it. Like, maybe some more people from back home kind of just will send you a little something. Hey, beat Memphis, like, do it for us. But I try to go into each game the same way, same mindset. So mentally, it's just another game. Maybe afterwards, I kind of talk a little bit more about it, like in my little circles. But nothing pregame that changes.
And then the last one from him was, growing up in the Memphis area, were you a Tiger fan in any sport?
I like basketball. So I liked Ole Miss and Michigan State growing up. So I didn't love Memphis too much, but I love the basketball. I love Mike Miller and Penny right now, or I guess kind of like I guess they were when I was in high school, they started coaching from Memphis, but I love, like, Memphis basketball is always pretty cool for us to watch.
All right, I'll make another trip around. Wags.
So, Kip, obviously fans see the offensive performance from this past weekend, and they're worried about the offense and if it's going to be able to get the job done. Do you feel good that you guys can get this fixed in 1 week?
Yeah, I feel great. I don't think Saturday's performance has any indication on what we can do the rest of this year. The guys still very motivated, still love this game, still love for each other. We're going to come out, we're going to play our butts off this Saturday, and we're going to get it done. We just got to change our mindset. We were 0 for 3 on fourth down and had less than 200 rushing yards. Like, that's not Navy football, and we recognize that, and we're getting after it this week.
And does the offensive line kind of take some responsibility? And that, I didn't get a chance to watch the tape. From what I saw during the game, it didn't look like you guys were knocking them off the ball.
Yeah, it's just split responsibility. We can't talk about that. It's one team, one effort. We win together, lose together. But in our room, yeah, we take the blame for it. And we didn't play a perfect game. If you could play a perfect game, that'd be perfect. That'd be great. But we can always get better. Wins, losses, every play you could have done something better. So we're just keep striving to get that perfect game. It's something that's just you got to work towards that. Although like, maybe you can never play the perfect game, but that's something that we always try and strive for.
And last for me, you had talked in the preseason about the bond between the Memphis players. I haven't a chance to go and check the roster as to how many guys are on the team that are from the greater Memphis area. But the history of Memphis guys going to Navy and doing well is pretty strong. Can you just talk about that?
Yeah, I mean, what a great area to grow up. Not only is the football awesome, we have like state championship contenders in every ways of the private, public, 6A to 2A. But then just also the opportunity to kind of get out is great. If you're playing great football, if you can keep your grades up and you stay out of trouble, and you're gonna have a successful life in the football game if you're good enough. And it's really cool just to be from Memphis, be able to express that. Obviously, like the food's great. Yeah, able to produce some great offensive linemen and bigger guys. But we have a lot of skill guys. RJ is one of the plebes that is. I mean, we only have 3 at the moment. RJ is a skill guy. That's a great athlete. I'm pumped to see how he plays here.
Thanks.
Phil Bergman.
Yeah, Memphis barbecue or Maryland crab cakes?
Memphis barbecue, 100%. I think crab's overrated.
Oh. Quickly, I saw you had a few nice pancakes out there against Delaware. What were some positives that you saw from the offensive line?
Yeah, I think we played a great effort. Just watching it over, we had some great plays. Everyone had at least one play where they were dominant, and it's just about being consistent. And that's the game of football. Being able to consistently put together drives, consistently put together blocks, and it's something we got to work on. We got to practice harder. We got to get after it. We got to know our assignments, and it's something that we can always get better in. But I'm excited for it. Everyone had great plays. Everyone looked good in a play, like multiple plays. But we just got to be consistent.
Lastly, I know you go to the lacrosse games a lot now that rugby's a varsity sport here at the academy. Do you plan on trying to get to a rugby match at all?
Yeah, 100%. I love those guys. So Ryan Bullock, one of their players, went to Houston High School with me. I'm really close with him. I'm excited to see what he can do.
Scott Wyckoff.
How fired up are you to get back out there Saturday for this home game in the American Athletic Conference against Memphis?
Yeah, I'm pumped. Just playing the game you love with the people you love. There's nothing better, especially that we're at home. We get the home court advantage again. I can't wait. I can't wait to get out there. It's going to take a great week for us. We have to have a tremendous week at practice on the practice field. But I'm so pumped to get out there and go kind of just like a little redemption game almost.
What has it meant to you over the past 4 years to have that connection with so many people on and off the field from the Memphis area at the Naval Academy?
Yeah, it's special. I think that's kind of a reason that I came here. It's so close to home. My parents are able to come to every game. I got family that comes to most every game just because it's so close, especially the away games are all pretty close to Memphis. So it's been really cool. It's been a great opportunity to still have those relationships as I did at home. But it's been great. It's been a really fun 3.5 years, 3 and change years here, and I'm pumped to keep it going.
Was there anything on the tape that you saw differently than what you saw on Saturday when you reviewed the tape? Anything other than forgetting the turnovers? We know that. Was there anything else you saw on tape that stood out to you?
No, sometimes you watch the tape and the saying goes, it's never as good or it's never as bad. But it's kind of interesting. This tape is what I remembered seeing on the field is what I saw on tape. I thought we played really well on defense. We flew around. Obviously we didn't play very well on offense. I took the ball, which I never do. I've always been a deferred. It's always been my MO. And so try to take the ball. Our big emphasis this camp and stuff was have a fast start. And obviously the worst thing that could possibly happen besides fumbling and turning into fumble and a touchdown in the same play, but obviously it turned into points. But didn't play very well on offense, had a lot of missed assignments, a lot of loafs. Special teams, I thought we were okay. Much better than we did last year. We didn't have any big plays against us. We had a penalty. We got to do a better job of catching the ball on punt. Lost a lot of hidden yards in that. Obviously not having Bijan hurt it, was our, all conference kicker. Not having him was not conducive also to hopefully trying to get a win. But most of what I saw Saturday, Wags showed up on tape. I thought we played well on defense on Saturday, and look, same on tape. I'm sure there's, there are mistakes and things could be better. And I didn't think we played very well on offense. With that said, we moved the ball, but those turnovers just killed us. It just took all the steam out of us. And they have 3 of them when you're an option team that gets limited possessions anyway. That's like losing 3 possessions, so that hurt us.
So what's the key to getting the offense right in the span of a week? Because obviously you're going to have to be more productive to beat a very talented Memphis team, which tends to score a lot of points. How do you get the offense right in 1 week?
Well, we got to take care of the ball. That's first and foremost. We take care of the ball, and then we just kind of go from there. So our biggest emphasis is taking care of the rock, going to the right people, and then we go from there. And so that's, we have some young B-backs in there and maybe a little bit anxious in there. And so hopefully the game under their belt will help them. But, that's first, the top of the order. We got to take care of the rock.
Was there any consideration to maybe putting Xavier in for a spark, kind of change of pace on Saturday?
Yeah, you always have those things, but that's, it wasn't like we weren't moving the ball, it's, but those turnovers that came at it was the turnovers. And so, those are always considerations you think about, but it always comes back to the quarterback. But it wasn't like you could have swapped anybody, and it wasn't like anybody was playing great. Wag. So, everybody could have played better. We definitely could have played better up front. We definitely need to play better at B-back. We played decent at wide receiver and slot back, but at the fullback and O-line positions, we need to play better. And, Ty has to, whatever the reason is, when you're the quarterback involved in the mesh, you're part of it too, And so, and he recognizes that. So we got to make sure we don't have those mesh fumbles anymore. It's hard enough to, take care of the rock. But when you have those self-inflicted type of turnovers, those are all mesh fumbles. Had nothing to do with them. It was just, mesh fumbles. They knocked that third one out on Anton, but there's no excuse. You got to take care of the rock.
Kareem Copeland.
Hey, Ken. I'm just curious, what's the vibe around the team? How did the guys respond to, something that it sounds like that's a little bit self-inflicted?
Guys are down. It was guys are still down. We just had our team meeting and we're in the tank and we got to find a way to bounce back. We had a great off season. We had a great camp, and that's definitely not the start we wanted. But I'm encouraged because, like I said, I thought we played well on defense. I thought we played okay on special teams. Not bad, not great. I thought we played okay. And we played poorly on offense. And so I got to do a better job of coaching, on that side, and got to do a better job of getting our guys ready. But, I'm confident in this group. I love the resolve of our young men. We got a great young man. We got to find a way to bounce back. But that's really where it's at. Our guys are hurt, which is a good sign. If they came in jovial to the meeting and joking around, I'd be concerned. But it was pretty quiet in there today.
are self-inflicted mistakes easier to correct than, if someone would just physically did something to y'all?
Yeah, because I just look at it from this way. And like I said, and it starts with me. I got to coach better. I got to call better plays on offense. But we had, 40, we had a ton of missed assignments and a ton of loafs, which is unacceptable. And then you add on it 3 turnovers. And it's crazy as it may seem. I mean, we had 3 turnovers and we had some opportunities on defense to get like 4 of them, got 1 of them. Our defense did a good one. We're just that far away from getting 3 of them. And it seemed like the ones that we put on the ground, we're also in chance to get it back and we don't recover it. You know what I mean? But the self-inflicted ones are, you definitely feel like, okay, that had nothing to do with them. Let's make sure we're going to the right people, blocking the right people, going the right way, taking care of the ball. Now, if they strip us and they beat us on the block and they do all that stuff, that's part of football. But that's our biggest emphasis, as you said, Kareem, just minimizing our missed assignments and our loaves, which is just effort and playing. And so that's got to get rectified along with our turnovers.
Perfect. Thanks, Ken.
Thanks, Kareem.
Pete Medhurst.
Coach, let's talk about loafs. Is that disturbing that you've been practicing for a month? Guys should be excited to play a game, and you see that on film. And was that a result of just direct loafs, or do you think players and what shape they may have been in had anything to do with that?
Well, we spent a lot of time in our meeting talking about that. We've had a few guys that have been injured most of camp. A couple of guys up front that didn't practice much. So we had some concerns that way. Would they be in game ready, being that they missed a lot of camp? But I think also, so that might be part of it, Pete. And I think another part of it is, I don't know if guys recognize the standard, that they think they're playing hard, but that's not the standard of what we're looking for. And so the type of effort level that we're looking for is not what was met. I think one part, again, some guys were out of shape, like you said, and some of it is, like I said, they missed a lot of the summer, a lot of camp. And some of it, guys don't recognize that's not the standard that we play here at Navy football. And so it's definitely been addressed and will continue to be addressed today. And hopefully it'll be crystal clear to guys, this is the standard and nothing else is acceptable. And there's no compromise in it.
To that extent, is this a week where you and the staff watch your on-field leaders in this situation to see how they react to this early adversity?
Yeah, and I always watch that and see how they're doing. Like I said, our guys are down. They're continuing to lead right now. Hopefully we continue to just keep building, though. We got to build with having constructive, positive criticism, telling the truth, holding people accountable. But I also don't want to be where it's all the players. So I look at myself, what could I have done to make sure that those guys understood what the effort level that we need to be in. How do we speed some of those guys up that didn't practice much to get them into game shape? It's season's here, and we got to go. And so you have to protect people because they're coming off surgery and different things happening. But the standard to play is just one standard, So, we'll be watching all that, Pete, just see how guys respond. So we have to do a great job this week, because as bad as that was, and we definitely had our chances to win. I'm losing sleep on the last 4th down call that I called. That was a bad call. And that got a chance to tie the game there. And so I look at myself in doing that. But as down as that was, we still got all our goals ahead of us. The old adage of you make your biggest improvements from the first game to the second game, I really believe is literal. And so, hopefully our defense continues to keep playing well, having come back against another really good game against a really good Memphis team. And we pick it up on offense, and our special teams, picks it up a notch too and improves on stuff.
36 carries for the B-backs when you went back and looked at the reads, is that accurate, or was that a high number there in that situation? And did Fofana do enough to make you think about giving him more opportunity at the start of the game this week?
Definitely gives us, we definitely got to look, because we thought he provided a spark for us. When Dabo came in, he provided a spark. I came in feeling that we had 3 really good B-backs. He did the best job of taking care of the ball and playing well overall. We haven't lost faith in Anton and Logan. They're still 2 really talented young men, but Dabo definitely played well. Some of the nature of what we did is what they were giving us with the B-back. Some of it schematic. Might be a tad high, but we're always we're an option football team, and everything starts with the fullback. But it might have been a tad high, Pete.
Thank you,
Scott Wyckoff.
Coach, on Saturday, the conference opener, American Athletic Conference, I know talking to the guys that it's important for this team to reach some of their goals and reach those goals in the conference. One of those would be a championship. What about playing Memphis at home and getting off to a good start and another big game for them?
Yeah, we just want to play better. Right now, just our thoughts is just come back and play better. Just obviously we were trying to get the W, but we're correcting our errors from the Delaware game, areas that we know we need to play better at as we prepare for Memphis, which is a really good football team. They've beaten us the last 2 years. Ryan's done a really good job there as a head coach. They had a tough loss last week, and so we're both bouncing off tough losses. Obviously, they played, an SEC team, a really good football team, and so we're both the same. I feel like we're both programs desperate for a win right now at the beginning start of the season. I don't think, yes, all of our long-term goals as a program are still there, which is encouraging. But really, more than anything, we just want to get the bad taste out of our mouth. We want to get a win.
What is it about this Memphis team under Coach Ryan and also the coaches before him? They seem like they play with a lot of speed, and like you've said, they seem to get bigger each and every year.
Well, they've done a really good job of recruiting, and now, with the transfer portal and different things, people are adjusting their rosters accordingly. They've done a good job recruiting, but Memphis has always had really good players, really good speed. They're bigger and faster, and that's a testament to Coach Silverfield and his coaching staff.
What does it mean for you to have the pressure off the edge like you got from John Marshall with a couple sacks for your defense?
Yeah, I thought John played really well. I thought Busick played really well, but yes, having those guys come off the edge, was really good. John's basically a 3-year starter now. He's been in Coach Newberry's system his whole career. So I feel like he's got a better grasp of what's going on. Played with a lot of confidence. But it was definitely, great to see that. But, we had a lot of guys coming off the edge in different schemes and different packages, whether it's Busick, Ramos coming off the edge, or, we had a lot of different guys doing that. And I thought we did a really good job with that. Might have lost a couple of times. Some of it might have been holding, but, we lost contain a couple of times. But I thought for the most part did a good job.
Thanks.
Thanks, Scott.
Phil Bergman.
Yeah, Coach, just kind of following up with Scott, just with conference play starting up, having this, clean slate going into conference, ideally with a 1-0 record after Memphis. Just how important is it for the guys to have this fresh start?
Well, that's our mentality right now, 1-0. Just that's what we're talking about right now. Just 1-0, be 1-0 right now. Nothing we can do, as much as it hurts, getting off to that start last week. There's nothing you can do about it. All you can do is watch tape, look at yourself, be critical of yourself. And that's all of us, coaches, players, everybody in the program, and come back and get ready. But that's the mantra right now for just 1-0.
Earlier, you talking about how what you're seeing isn't Navy football. In your words, what is Navy football?
Well, we're a tough, resilient group. Just going to give you everything they got. Navy football is a team that plays hard, plays smart. And unfortunately, Saturday we didn't do that. You know what I mean? So, but you know, we have some guys that are doing that, but we just don't have enough. That's also been our message. That I don't want to put everybody played bad, but we didn't have enough guys play well. Again, especially on the offensive side of the ball.
And lastly, how important is it for the fans to show up and be loud and just really create that home field advantage come Saturday against Memphis?
Well, it's always great to have the home field crowd. You know what I mean? We always have a really good crowd at home. They always do a really good job. Always grateful for our fans and the atmosphere there. And so definitely the brigade, all of that helps. But we're very grateful for our fans. Our home field atmosphere has always been great. But you got to perform on the field. We got to perform on the field. But having the 12th man, so to speak, coming from the crowd definitely a plus.
Action News 5 in Memphis. Do you have any questions? All right, we'll quickly go around the horn again. Wags.
They're just gathering data.
Yep.
Algorithms.
Wags.
So you talked a little bit about Memphis. It's always been a good rivalry. I'm sure you're glad to see Calvin Austin's gone after 8 years. Anybody in particular on their offense that concerns you? I know Seth Hannigan's a returning starter at the quarterback position, but when looked at the stats from the Mississippi State game, and I didn't recognize too many of the offensive guys, skill players.
Yeah, obviously Austin was a really good player, Wags, but I kind of feel like they always reload. Obviously, like you said, the quarterback's, a good player. We saw him up in personal. We're just kind of getting into it right now, just, with their personnel, just looking at it, but just initial thoughts. I mean, they look like Memphis. Big up front, athletic on the edges, good quarterback. And, we're going to have our hands full.
Wags, you're muted.
With regard to the offensive line, did you feel like, how did you feel they played? For Kip Frankland after the game felt like they did not come with the right attitude. He said that they didn't, come off the ball the way they should have. Or did you feel the offensive line got beat up front?
Yeah, we didn't play very well up front. You know what I mean? And so, like I said, we had one first-year starter up there and two other guys that had been pretty much shelved, all of camp. So three of the five guys have, one guy was a first time starting and two other guys were, they haven't practiced much. And so offensive line is a lot of it is continuity, a lot of it is mentality, and we definitely didn't have that mentality. We didn't play well. And those guys know it, and they're watching tape right now and seeing all of that. But we have to play better up front to have a chance, Wags. And you hit it. You're exactly right.
So what is the deal with Bijan? Is he going to be back for Memphis?
I don't know. I don't know. It's it kind of put me in a loop before the game too. You know what I mean? Just like our doctors are looking at him and seeing what we can do, but that's a tough blow. You know what I mean? It's an all conference, potentially an All-American kicker. You know what I mean? It's a great weapon that hopefully is at our disposal, but I don't know. Well, I'll just wait to hear it. That'll probably be something Wags will probably go to the 12th hour on Saturday to kind of see like we did. It's actually what we did this week. The slam kick, see where he's at. And so, I know he's a great kid and he's going to get as much treatment as he can. And he's going to listen to all the protocol of the doctors and hopefully he's ready.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Wags.
Kareem.
I'm actually all set. Thank you.
Thanks, Kareem.
And you knew you'd be deep at linebacker, but did you realize that Moore and Hudson would be able to be productive in their first games back there for you like that, giving your starters a spell there?
Yeah, I thought our starters played well. Aiden Gibbons and Rand Lane. I thought, they flew around. And to be able to have, like you said, Tiki Moore and Joe Hudson come in and help and different packages and Officer Spell them was definitely a great relief for us, to see them come in. I haven't had much playing time, to see them do well. As you also mentioned, Peter, losing Diego was, that's a tough blow. The guy's one of the best we've ever had, if not the best. But the top 4 guys that we have are just as deep. We're super deep at the inside linebacker position. And I thought those guys played like they've been practicing, from Gianni to Ramos, to Will Harbor, to Fletcher. Those are guys that have had really good camps. I know Coach Volko want them to play better. He's a great coach. But I thought those guys showed up, and were very disruptive.
Great. Thank you.
Scott Wyckoff.
Coach, what's it been like for you now going into your 4th year of coaching the Twins, the Adams brothers?
2 of the greatest young men that I've ever coached. Just wonderful young men. They're great leaders. They come to work every day. They're not playing as much anymore, been kind of on special teams, and that has to be hard. Not it has to be, I know it's hard, but they come to work, they lead by example. The work ethic has not, fallen off. Obviously for 2 wonderful young men that had a horrible tragedy last season, and to see them continue to press forward, I think shows to the character that they've been raised by their parents. It's just good human beings that just, first of all, represent their family. And I'm grateful that they're here because they're a great representative of our program.
A great example, like you say, of players that sometimes you don't have to be a star on the team on the field in games to be a leader, but a star in practice, in the locker room, even in the classroom to lead by example.
No doubt. That's them to a T. They do everything the right way. They, in school, with their company, they're never in trouble. They do all the things in the weight room. They get treatment when they're supposed to. They're just model citizens, and they work their butt off, in all phases. So I love that. And I love Josh and Terrell. They're wonderful young men, and they have a bright future ahead of them, in life.
Thanks, Coach.
Bill Berkman.
Coach, Riley Reithman was punting the ball really high and tight, 3 punts over 50 yards. How pleased were you with his efforts?
Not surprising. Very pleased though, Phil, but not surprised. The kid has a big leg. He's got as strong a leg as we've ever had. We've had some good punters here over the years, and he has a chance to rival those guys. Really excited about him. We'll have him for a long time. But the sky's the limit for this young man. One of the best athletes on the team. Can run. I heard he's a good golfer. He's just one of those kids. He's just a good athlete. And, Coach Caniglia is going to, make use of his talents.
We were talking with Kip earlier today just about Memphis. I know Cam Kinley's from Memphis. He's from Memphis. Just what is it about Memphis that brings such good leaders to the academy?
Well, first and foremost, it's Ashley Ingram. So, our best recruiter that goes places, and he's done a really good job over the years in the state of Tennessee, specifically Nashville and Memphis. But yeah, just Coach Ingram. He just does a really good job. He got a great eye for talent, got a great eye for kids who would fit that academy, just all of that. And he's brought, like you said, brought back some really good players from that area.
Thank you.
One note on Reithman, he's 1 punt away from qualifying on the career average list at Navy, and when he does, he will be number 1.